Sure. It is 4:01. We've got folks coming in to say hi. We'll have folks coming in during the hour. And Gene Galligan is our first one in today for our 100th consecutive weekly episode of 3 Songs for Prometheus. And again, it's mostly original music with a bit of chat, cheer, and some useful information. And this is our 100th consecutive week of doing this at 4 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday on Tom Cooney YouTube. And we're just happy to make this milestone. We started this at the beginning of the pandemic as a simple way to make sure that musical options were being presented and an outlet for original music and some good information was out there. And it just kept going as different spikes came on. So we're here. We're here as long as this goes on, and we're definitely committed to being with you and being positive and lighting a candle instead of cursing the darkness, for sure, for very sure. And let me see. Let me make sure. We're still live streaming. We're still live streaming on YouTube. We are live on YouTube.
Do we get to see the other participants, or do I have to click on that?
You should be in gallery view. So view, yeah. Gallery view. So if I view the stream on YouTube, I'm not seeing JulieAnn's on my screen here. There she is. Hey.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hey, Gene.
Hello. Now I can see her.
Well, we just said our hello to folks, and we're going to have folks coming in very slowly as the hour goes along. And matter of fact, speaking of which, someone just rang our front doorbell, and it's Marsha Low. Hi, Marsha.
Hello, Marsha.
Hey, and we're going to ask her to unmute and get her camera going. Hey.
Hello there.
Hey.
Hey,
How you doing?
Hey, Marsha.
Doing okay. How you guys doing? 100. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I'm 100 years old. I'm very tired. Marsha, do you know Gene Galligan? I'm not sure you do.
I think we're friends on Facebook.
Hello.
Ian, how you doing?
Yeah, you probably know him from his days up here playing everywhere.
Yeah.
Been in North Carolina for a couple years, so he's abandoned us for the warm weather.
Yeah, that's. Actually, though, I think you guys got more snow than we did. I was joking. I have relatives who live in North Carolina. I was saying if I want to see snow, I might have to move there.
Yeah, this winter, that's very true.
I'm on the East Coast.
A lot more snow down there this winter anyway.
Yeah, Gene was saying he's on the East Coast on the Inner Sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Inner Banks.
Snow there.
Yeah, Inner Banks on the Albemarle Sound.
Sounds wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a song, a very jazzy, sleepy song about Gene in his rowboat and his dog out in the middle of the Albemarle Sound called Sleepy Time on the Albemarle. It's as tough to sing as it is to say.
Yeah.
That Albemarle. That's tough.
Yeah, that's a hard one to say. I have seen Facebook postings of those, that idyllic scene there.
Oh, it's
it's really idyllic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so nice. Speaking of which, Gene, I imagine with the warmer weather, the performance series might be warming up and starting sooner down there than up here.
Well, there was just a good news from the town meeting that Plymouth is partnering with some other towns for a concert series, and I guess they're gonna trade off once a month, I think. Well, with different towns. It's not just our county here, Washington County, but I think the lady that organized it is from Martin County, which is Williamston, not too far away, but some stuff is happening.
That's good. You can always tell people are from the South when they start talking about counties. I'm over in Martin County.
That's the Simpson place.
Now, you're also still playing in Plymouth, right on the Roanoke River there at the Riverview Cafe?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So any folks who are down on the Inner Sound, Plymouth is a funky little town, beautiful spot right on the Roanoke River.
Yeah, I had some visitors last weekend, and they came into the Riverview and sat there and had their coffee and looked out. It's just beautiful. Well, you've been there.
It's beautiful. Yeah. It's very, very nice. Yeah. And what about live streaming? So I know that you perform there, but you also live stream from the Riverview.
Most times I do. Most of the times I'll just put the phone up on the piano and just give folks a view of the river and mostly instrumental stuff.
Yeah.
But usually I do that Wednesdays and Saturdays. Yeah.
Yeah, good. And periodically you also stream from your home when you have the multiple keyboards stacked up in front of you when you look like the Phantom of the Opera thing,
Well, that's the way I'm set up today, but used to do that quite a bit when COVID was was really intense. But just the other day I did an improvisation on Watershed of Pale commemoration passing of Gary Brooker. But once in a while I'll still stream, but not on a regular basis like Raleigh Brown or
Yeah.
Or
It's 3 times a week now. He was doing 4, now he does 3, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bunny Barnes is pretty regular now live stream.
Every Friday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's excellent.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Really.
Yeah. Wish I could pick like that.
Yeah, amazing.
Real nice.
I don't have the guts. I don't have the guts to do a live stream.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. Me and Rob have talked about it, and Rob's the guy that plays violin with me, and we just haven't. We have to like really apply ourselves and plan something out, make it kind of our own, our own style. So I have a hard time multitasking. Right now my daughter, my granddaughter's moved back in, and I'm recording, so I'm concentrating on that. And then FOM came along, and I tried my damnedest to get those songs up, and I thought I had one more day, but my son said, actually today's March 1st, so I missed out. And my phone was stolen, but whatever. That's life. It's been a rough month, but I've been just songwriting, and I'm trying to get this EP done that I'm doing.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's the key. As long as you're writing and playing, that's great.
Yeah. I write very slowly. Some people, you write kind of fast. Relatively,
I think slowly. I bake ideas and songs for a long time.
Yeah.
But when I'm ready to write, I write. But it takes a long time for that to happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm similar. I have an idea and I kind of turn it over in my head a lot of times, like lying in bed, I can't sleep. I start, putting lyrics together or whatever. And then finally I think, okay, I've got some, ideas, and, then I write it down. But it's like, working on it for some time before I get to that stage. So did you really do a song every day? Which is
no, I could never do that. I mean, I probably could, but they would sound really crappy.
Yeah, I've been invited to join that, but I thought, well, there's no way I can write one song every day.
Very few people actually do accomplish that. Like the first year I did it, I think I did 4 songs. Rob usually does 30 to 40 songs. He just has the system. He's really good at like cranking out the like song sketches. This year I just couldn't do it. I've got 2 songs I've been working on, and they just weren't quite ready to put up. And they're about ready now, but I could probably post them. It's just not officially Fawn Month anymore. And then after a week, the website just goes into hibernation.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
you can't. So I want to go in there and listen to everybody's stuff. But it's like when you're listening to other people's stuff, it takes me out of the mindset of doing my own, and it takes a lot of that energy. So, you know.
I
Yeah.
hear you. Yeah, it's kind of like writing too for me. Like when I wrote my memoir, I didn't want to read a lot of things. Well, sometimes I read fiction, but I didn't really want to read that much because I felt it would influence my style. And of course, all the books and everything you've read in the past have influence. But at the moment of writing, or the moment of writing a song, it's kind of like you hear something, and it will affect your process. I feel the same way, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the February album writing month, they recommend 14 songs. They try to get one every other day. And I think Rob wound up with 32 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
His goal was 41.
Wow, that's incredible.
Hey, Gene, did you ever participate in that, the February album writing month?
Oh, no. And that would be my kind of thing, Yeah. I play a lot, but I really don't have any inclination to write songs anymore. Other than I'm in a situation like this when I'm called upon to participate with something. So I wrote something today.
Oh, cool.
That's amazing.
Well, I don't know. We'll see how it turns out.
Well, you know what? We're already quarter into the hour. Why don't we see how it turned out? And we're all going to mute. And if you just want to relax and play us something you wrote today.
Me relax?
We would appreciate it. We're going to relax. You have to go play.
I'm a nervous wreck, man. No. So I sat down and wrote like a basic chord structure. No, actually, I think I wrote some lyrics first, and then came up with some chord structure. Not a real definite melody, but let's see what happens here. And maybe a member of our little gathering here can come up with a song title suggestion. Let's just do a real quick sound check, though, to make sure I'm not distorted or whatever. All right.
We're just checking this one, too.
Okay.
What to try to say to you, to play for you, sing to you, clothed within these chords and melody, so you may find a place to make some room for us to be together. What to try to say to you, to play for you, to sing to you, clothed within these chords and melody, so you may find a place to make some room for us to be together. And let our wonder shine and spread throughout the world, throughout the universe. the essence. The love is in the song. Rhyme is in the essence. The love is in the song.
I love you.
That's wonderful, Gene. Thanks for that shot of positivity.
Yeah, we're hanging in there, man.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
So what title do you have for that?
Dean?
You. Yeah.
Oh, no, there's no title.
Okay, because you were saying you didn't have a title, or
Yeah.
you were looking for a title. I thought maybe you had a rough title or something.
Uh,
An idea.
Right now, it would just be Tom had put me on the spot again.
I was thinking you could call it Room to Be Together.
I like that.
Okay.
You know, that lyric was partly in there twice, I think.
Hey, thank you.
Anyway.
Did
And
you,
I mean,
did you
probably
hear one,
unless
Julianne?
Tom- I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tom.
Did you hear one?
I thought, you know, it was only in there twice. The rhyme is the rhyme. Something about the rhyme seemed to stand out to me.
Is in the essence.
Right. But the rhyme is in the essence. I don't know if that would make a good song title, but I just like the songwriting theme combined with the love. You know, that would be cool to expand on that in the verses more. And I know this shouldn't be a song critique or anything, but
Well, but thank you for that encouragement. Thank you.
yeah.
You know, Tom knows me well enough that he probably aware of the fact that this probably won't ever happen again. This song, it was for this purpose today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just mentioned two of your originals before we went on the air that I'd love to hear again.
All right. I get the point. All right, we'll see. All right, but
Too much. Hey, Marsha, I was wondering if you had a song that you wanted to play today.
Yeah, I'd love to, but I did write a new song, but I'm not like tuned up or anything. I'm just kind of thinking I'm in the audience here, so.
Well, you have the option while someone else is playing to tune up and mute yourself and then play if you'd like to.
I'll just listen today, but I appreciate it. But, I did recently complete a song. It's called Super Bowl.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's a funny song. I finally wrote a funny song.
That's a great title.
Those of you who know me know I write serious stuff. So I finally had fun writing a funny song.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I'll sing it soon.
Amy Mann has a song called Super Bowl. I love it. I love her version of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's nothing about the football Super Bowl though.
Oh, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought you said Super Ball.
Oh, okay. No, Super Bowl.
Remember those
Yeah.
Super Balls that you'd throw?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Yeah, that was like it depends on how you pronounce ball. It could be like ball. I should add another verse.
Right. So, cool.
That is neat. Julianne, did you have something that you wanted to share?
Sure. So I have a new song, and I have a more established song that I'm going to be recording. I'm capoed for the older song, so I'm going to go with that one. Oh shoot! Oh well. So How's my sound? So this is about growing up in upstate New York. Part of my life. Music of the rain, Susquehanna river banks, rolling hills, Finger Lakes, and off in the distance the sound of the steam, the wheels, the brakes, and the pistons. Grandma's old brass bed, her lace coverlet, soft pillow for my head. I hear the train rumbling, wonder where the journey ends and when I'll hear the next one coming. I still remember that lonesome whistle cry, traveling to dreamland to that freight train lullaby. Where is it going in the darkness of the night? Close my eyes under cold black skies, rocking side to side. Dream of hopping boxcars, laying on a bale of hay, waiting on the daybreak dawning. I still remember that lonesome whistle cry, traveling to dreamland to that freight train lullaby. Where is it going in the darkness of the night? In the winter morning light, she waits on platform 9, Southern Tier, New York line. Factory whistle blows, back on the train she goes, rolling through the drifting snow. Mighty Ian L is coming down the aisle. Grandma smiled when I ran to greet her one last time. Yes, I remember that lonesome whistle cry, traveling off to dreamland. I still hear that lullaby. Where was it going in the darkness of that night? The darkness of that night. The darkness of that night. Thank you.
Beautiful. I heard you sing that before. I think at Heidi's
Oh, cool. Thank you.
outdoor concert.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's beautiful. And so that's going to be on your CD?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great story. Great story song.
Great story song. Yeah.
Grabs your ears. Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Jon Burrowes is with us. Hey, Jon.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I just finished moving.
Today's your moving day. I can't believe you stopped
You're right
in
here.
on your moving day. Thank you.
I literally just sent them off. They've filled my house with my stuff. It's
And they took everything out of the boxes and put it away for you?
No, no, no. Let's see. See that big pile of stuff?
Oh, yeah. Wow. John, where did you move to and from?
I moved from University City, and I got a house in Antioch.
Wow. Very cool.
So,
Do you have a parking spot?
yeah. No, that's the next step. I got to go establish my residency, deal with the bureaucracy.
You're not on Main Street, are you, though?
No, God help me. I'm on.
Yeah. Impossible to find parking there. Yeah.
No.
Cool place to live, though.
I'm sorry, say again.
Cool place to live.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a great music, area.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Great
And I'm cool too,
restaurant.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
But you are.
That is wonderful.
You'll add coolness to the area.
Absolutely. My civic duty.
Hey, John, I think you know Gene Galligan. He's with us from North Carolina.
Hi. I'm on my phone, so I'm at a loss to use the controls to see who I want to see. It's just me and whoever's talking. So, but hi.
You're not missing much here. So anyhow, hello.
No, I think we've met before. Yeah.
Yeah, hello again.
Hello again.
I think so. Wow, I cannot believe you stopped by on your moving day. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I imagine that you're here just to listen and say hello then, and not to play a song. Am I wrong?
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
I don't want to put you on the spot. Just relax, and it's just good to see your face. Yeah.
Thanks. No, it's great to see you guys. Yeah, I've been working hard on a lot of music. Some of it's older stuff that I've been trying to record and assemble into a CD. And I'm in that situation where you've got 80% of the work done, and now you're up for 80% tinkering around, and it's a terrible state to be in. And I'm trying to get on through it. I've been lucky enough to come up with a few other tunes, but my brains are so fried today. I think if I tried to sing, it would be the worst comedy act you've ever seen. So,
Where are you recording?
You asked me where?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm working with Glenn up at Morningstar, and it's been a really nice experience. I was kind of nervous about it, and I actually tried another place around here, and that was fine. But I talked to somebody, and they said, if you can bring yourself to just get with the program and use Glenn's session guys, they're really terrific, and they are really terrific. So it's been a really nice experience. It costs money, that's true.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm going to run out of money after a while.
Wow, that's very cool. I'm thinking of trying to do a CD. I've heard a lot about Morningstar and how great it is. Yeah,
it's a nice situation. Those guys are really competent. They, one of the things that can happen in a group situation is people, they're great and they get carried away, and then you can kind of lose direction, and everybody's carried away and everybody's inspired. When you go in to Morningstar, first of all, everybody's cool, but if you know what you're doing, you say, "This is what I want," and they do it. And then you say, "I want something else," and they do it, and it happens, and you're kind of like, "That was great." Awesome. And maybe I sound too authoritarian there, but I guess I'm just saying it's nice. It's nice when things can happen, and they do happen at Morningstar.
So they're good.
It is your CD, right? So you can be as authoritarian as you want when you're doing your own CD, right? I'm sorry, JulieAnn.
At the same time, you're trying to keep that wonderful balance between, discipline and focus and inspiration. You want everybody up and happy, and yeah. So
they're good at interpreting what you want, because I find that sometimes I have trouble explaining to the engineer what I want. Like, maybe, if there's things get lost in the interpretation, and it can get expensive. When you want something and they tinker around for a little while and they charge for that. So I'm trying to figure out how to get it so that I can really get that across to them. And it's a challenge. Maybe I have complex ideas. I don't know, but
I think I know what you're saying. If it's any reassurance, I do an incredible amount of prep before I go in there. I'm making notes and screwing around with, I want this thing on this bar, and listening back to the old takes. So I've got a lot of notes when I go in there, but that's just me. Not everybody likes to work that way.
okay.
And I've certainly had my false starts. And I don't know. I think there's a certain art to kind of talking to creative people on the fly and not freaking everybody out. It's not so easy. Yeah.
JulieAnn, where are you doing yours? Are you doing it there as well?
No, I went with a guy named Barry McGuire. I songwrite actually it's being co-produced by Barry and Ben Arnold. I co-write with him. Like he kind of songwrite coaches me. There's some co-writing. So Barry had recorded him, some of his early stuff, and he used to have a place called the Gold Room. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but he's very good. It's just every producer has their own style,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm learning. I'm still learning. I've only had I recorded a couple of demos with a studio quite a few years ago, and I did 4 songs in one day, so that was different than your usual recording situation. And then I recorded a song at a kind of a Christmas song, and it was just a one-day thing too, so that was kind of rushed. And it came out sounding kind of like a demo as well, but I don't know. I'm still learning.
Yeah, I don't have the first clue. I haven't tried any of that yet.
Gene has put out a number of releases and recorded over his career with some very impressive people, including the great fiddler Johnny Cunningham. Gene, were there, from your perspective, were there 2 or 3 things that helped your studio sessions go well and kind of helped the whole thing move along?
Well, in the circumstance like Johnny, using somebody that's such an excellent player with a lot of feeling, I didn't have any instructions for him. It was like 1, 2, 3, go. He was familiar with the songs. We had the chord charts, but Johnny just did what he wanted to do, and knowing him and with his extra what do you call it, expertise? Is that the word? Gosh, somebody would be happy with just about anything that he did, I remember instructing Wayne Johnston or giving him a certain melody line to play, but other than that, it was just, we would just have the structure of the song, and they would do their thing,
Yeah, you mentioned 2 really super talented people. Wayne is just a master of the guitar, and still lives in Greater Philadelphia and still tours a lot and records, and good player.
Yeah. Of course, in the spirit of name dropping, which is good in circumstances like this, his younger brother, Kurt, was doing session work at a studio in Philly, and where Bon Jovi was doing their country album, Lost Highway. And so he did working with them. I've been fortunate to be able to rub elbows with some magnificent creators.
Yeah, it kind of matches a bit what everyone else is saying. Make sure there's some good players in the room. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
And session players are different than good players, right? It's a completely different thing. I'm learning.
Yeah,
you can be good everywhere else, but you might not work in the recording studio as a session. I mean, as a instrumentalist, at least according to the producer and the engineer. So I'm at the mercy of them. So
yeah, it's very true. They have to know how to play inside of an arrangement.
They definitely strongly want to go with the session people for the instrumental stuff. You know, I'd like to bring in some outside people, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to cost money, and I don't know if I can afford to experiment that way and find out, well, that's not going to, work after a couple of hours of laying down some music. So I feel, I feel like I have to do what they say.
Yeah, I was very lucky. As a matter of fact, just yesterday I finished up the final everything before it goes to post-production on a 5-song EP. I've been working in a very small studio run by Steve Ball in Greater Philadelphia. And getting back to our comment about making sure there are really good players in the room, Gene Galligan accompanied me on most of the songs on that EP, and he's a killer player. Very intuitive, knows how to play within an arrangement, and has great chops. And I hope you're going to be pleased. We're going to figure out the distribution strategy now and hopefully get it out in a month. And that's kind of the first salvo, the first shot of getting 5 decent things out there. And I've got a couple of dozen songs backlogged after that. So,
Yahoo!
Thank you, Gene.
And thank you for continuing in the process of our mutual admiration society, Tom.
Yeah. We're co-presidents of each other's society. It's great. Yeah. So I was very happy. But you're right about the tweaking at the end. That last 20% is 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Yeah.
It'll drive you nuts. Tom, can I make one tiny remark about one of the things I got into my head that I wanted to get some backup singing, which means harmony singing different parts and different chords. And it's been tricky to find people that have the time or also the ability and the motivation to chime in. And I suppose I could just do a commercial right here. It's something that I've loved and wanted to do the whole time for years and years and years. And I'm just kind of waving my hand and saying, if anybody feels like trying some harmony singing, please keep me in mind. I used to do it in one of the groups I was with, and we had 3 beautiful voices, and we could make great chords. So there I am, right out there, hoping to get some of that and put it on my CD.
So you're looking for input on your CD?
So eventually, I would love to just be able to be in a group of people in harmony, sing different parts.
Great.
But right now, yeah, I'm trying to assemble people who can do a little backup singing, harmony singing on a couple of tunes on the CD. That's exactly right. So, hi.
Does Morningstar have somebody to recommend?
The people that Morningstar recommends, I can imagine, are professionals, and the money for is really high.
For who?
And I can't afford the money for backup singers is really high.
Right.
I was raising my hand to volunteer. You know my voice. It's not great, but it's okay. And if you think my voice can help, I would be glad to help.
Rock and roll. So what we need is to schedule some practice, and then let's do it. Tom, thank you so much.
I mean, for the experience, I would be game, and if I would love to just check out Morningstar Studios, and but then again, I don't want to waste your time if I can't do it.
So
I can't harmonize. I'm just not like there's people that can seem to catch on to it a little quicker than me, but it takes me a couple of passes and I can harmonize.
It takes everybody a little bit, but fitting 3 voices together, it can be really pleasurable, really nice. And if we can possibly have a live rehearsal, it's remarkable. The stuff that I have that I'm trying to do is really simple. It's a chord, 2 chords at the most, maybe. Nothing complicated at all. Kind of ooh-ah, ooh-ah, or do-do, do-do. And And if you can imagine yourself doing that, I would be delighted to figure out a schedule and see if we could,
Sure, I would love to. Love to.
Well, thank you so much. All right. So why don't we talk offline? Thanks very much. Let's talk offline.
Good. It'll cost you a latte, John.
You got it, man. You got it.
Antioch's got some nice coffee shops.
Oh, yeah.
Come right at me. I'm new to the area. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds great.
Cool. Hey, I'm going to play a song, if you guys don't mind. And I know Gene shared a great original, and so did JulieAnn. And I'll contribute so I don't, feel like a slacker today in front of you guys. And if you can just make sure you're muted, please, while I'm playing. And can you hear my guitar okay? I was trying to figure out which song to play. So I would say I chose this one because it was closest to the theme of the show. I remember the very, very dark days of early COVID and how dark and really sad and scared everyone was. Then it happened again with the Delta variant and then the Omicron variant. And for me, it was even weeks when I really wasn't emotionally ready to do the show. I just did it because, you have to do it sometimes when you don't feel it. And then you feel better after you do it. So, and this is a song about that the change is coming. And it's called Coming Your Way. And I love playing this song. Where change does abide. It's in the first mighty geese flying north, in a bed of ferns crackling to life. It's when your heart learns it can't live alone. You know it is time. So take that step, small and unsteady. Take that breath, one at a time. Hold the now in the palm of your hand, sacred and wise. Steady your heart, steady your gaze, steady ahead. There's only today. Time and love, the great healers, they are coming your way. Coming your way. Coming your way. This is the day you will find what was stolen, the day you reclaim your role. It's the day the ice breaks on the great river. Soon love will flow. So take that step, small and unsteady. Take that breath, one at a time. Just hold the now in the palm of your hand, sacred and wild. Steady your heart, steady your gaze, steady ahead. There's only today. Time and love, the great healers are coming your way.
Yay! This is proof that you should record.
Thank
I
you.
remember the first time I heard you at once or twice at the Song Circle at Godfrey Daniels.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
when I really heard you play was at that Rick Denzine thing in Ambler.
Oh yes, you and I shared the lineup a couple years there. Yeah.
Right, and I was like, wow, I loved your set, and you're just so good. So
Thank you. That's very kind.
love your voice. I was kind of like harmonizing with you from my seat, trying to, and
You done?
so sweet
But
voice.
Tom, I have to somehow have to arrange for Misty and Tristan to hear that. That's because you touched on the two of the things that I have spoken to them about, ever since. One step at a time and being in the now, man.
Yeah.
What-
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Those are Gene's children, by the way. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes that's the only way. You have to light the candle, even though the storm is getting stronger. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah. Funny you mentioned that, JulieAnn. That's the first song that's on tap for the next EP planning already. That's the first tune. So,
Cool.
yeah. Yeah, it's one of those songs where we were talking earlier, Jon, about how our songs come about, and maybe you can make a comment too, where for some of us, we kind of work slowly and we chisel away. For others of us, like Marsha and I, we think about it a lot. We bake it, and then when we think we're ready to write, we just write. So it's what is your process? Does it have one consistent kind of process that happens more often than others?
No, I have different things going on. I was a professional writer for a long time, and I picked up a lot of habits of, taking notes and making lists and keeping at it and having a schedule and so on. So my chops are okay, when it comes to things like grammar and discipline and so on. But what I realized with playing with songs was that for me, I need some kind of a spark or an idea or something. And sometimes I'll get the idea and it'll take literally 20 years to finish the song. And other times it'll take me half an hour. Mostly it takes me closer to 20 years, but I need that special feeling. So for whatever, all the technique that I think I have, it's just that, you wake up and you go, wait a minute, that. And then you go, but then it can take weeks and weeks to polish it. That's it.
I had a song that I kind of started with my granddaughter. I asked her for a title, an idea. And she gave me this great idea about an Arctic wolf. She said, Arctic wolf. So, I came up with a melody. I'm pretty quick with melodies. And I recorded it. And I had no idea what it was going to be about. But it eventually morphed into about a friend. And on one hand and a dog on another who wants to be run with the wolves. But I couldn't get past a certain point, and I was determined I was going to get this song written and shaped into something. And I stuck with it for a week and a half. Every day I got up and I worked with it. Not all day, but and eventually I cracked the code. I got something, because I knew there was promise. It wasn't like one of those ones where you just say, there's nothing, there. And it turned into a pretty decent song. It's a new one. So sometimes I find I have to just make myself just do it. Just do it, work on it. And eventually, it's the hard work. It's not just inspiration for me. Inspiration.
Yeah, you gotta show up. But do you feel like sometimes maybe you could say that a song has a life of its own, or a song starts to tell you what it wants to be?
Oh yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's something, and I love it when I get that little feeling like, oh, how cool! This is what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom,
Like, oh, okay.
That's
I like it. Yeah.
are you guys?
Yeah.
Tom, can you hear us over here in North Carolina?
Yeah, I can hear you, Gene.
Are they talking about your friend the Muse? How these creative processes have a life of their own? I think songwriters get pretty far out with this concept, but
That's the truth.
It's not just all about me. It's something else is going on here.
Yeah, I would say when I started to semi-retire about 5 years ago, I started playing more. I started a blues trio up in Allentown, and I started to think about writing more. And I wasn't paying attention when the muse was tapping me on the shoulder. And I thought, like everyone else, I'm going to remember this exact word and this exact feeling, and I'm going to write it down when I get home later. No, it's gone. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I do now is when the muse comes, I make her tea. And I sit down and I say, "What would you like to talk about?"
By the way, tell tell the muse I said hello, and we call her a she sometimes. Today, but only because I dropped your name.
Well, I'm glad she visited you this morning, seeing that you wrote a song this morning. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we'll call it Room to Be Together. Well, that's what we'll call it.
I like that.
Well, that was a suggestion, I guess, was it Marsha, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful.
I was just thinking that, I don't know if you've ever had the experience of a song that almost seemed to write itself. I had that a couple of times. One was, that's like an amazing feeling. You just feel like it just comes through you. I wrote Stop This March to War. Some of you have heard that War Annie song that is very appropriate now, unfortunately, that I wrote on the build up to the Iraq invasion. And it just was there. I mean, the words and the melody, everything just kind of poured out. It was just almost instantaneous. That was really the only time that it was that the muse was just like, okay, here it is. When that happens, it's just incredible, but it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah, that's happened a handful of times to me. You just grab the reins and hold on.
Yeah, and it's just like boom. Yeah, and a little, editing, of course, afterwards, but mostly it was there. Yeah, it was just. That's an amazing experience, but of course it doesn't happen that often. But I like your what you're saying, Tom, about when the muse strikes, even if it's not like a whole song is there, but a rhyme scheme or an idea. If you don't write it down, or sometimes what I do if I'm not able to, I'll get the rhyme, the word, and remember, okay, this and that. But even that doesn't really capture it. It's kind of like, okay, it strikes. You got to, do what you can do to. You drive and pull over or something and get it down. Yeah. So.
Yeah, my husband is, he's not offended anymore when I knock him out of the way to run to the guitar and something, because I forget it that fast.
Yeah.
Because in the way today's world is, it's like we're so pulled in all these directions. And I mean, I literally forget. I'll get a thought, and whatever I was thinking, it was completely gone. Completely.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta.
I depend on my phone.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, make sure you pull over if you're on the road too.
Yeah.
I have so many.
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
I don't do it when I'm driving much. When I'm a passenger.
Yes,
No, the worst time is when you just step into the shower and you get the good idea. Oh boy.
Well, you can record yourself. You can just put the phone on the side of the tub and make sure the curtain's covering it, and you can hit record. I have done that before.
I could do that.
Wow. I help with melodies in the shower because it relaxes you.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That's
Or
nice.
listen to stuff that I've played, ideas, and just let it kind of simmer and go, because it always sounds so good in the shower.
Yeah, you've got that nice, the water kind of adding to it.
They say that's a good thing to do just to relax if you have writer's block. Is take a shower.
Walk when you're walking too. I find. Do you find that too sometimes?
In the woods, yeah.
Walking, and if you, especially if you're alone walking, and you kind of like mull over lyrics. I've often worked on songs that way too.
What were we going to say there, Gene? Yeah, Gene, you were going to say something there. Hey, Gene, yeah, you were about to say something a minute ago.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. I just happened to see a program for a PBS, North Carolina channel on Sunday, and all of these things that we're describing about the songwriting and the process of playing. It was a program about dementia, Alzheimer's, how certain activities can prevent it or slow it down. So something that I could, that I thought about, that program is I've got to continue playing as much as I can. But this process, this creative process, is very healthy for us, and we're explaining what is it, the hippo common or whatever part of the brain, that this activity, this process, can prevent the atrophy and the plaque from forming. So keep at it, you guys.
You too.
It's a healthy thing. It's gonna improve your longevity significantly.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Cool. Hey, it's coming up right on 5 o'clock, so I'm going to thank you guys for your time. This is also streaming on YouTube. We're about 8 seconds behind, so the video signal over there is strong. It'll be available on my YouTube channel to watch, usually within 15 to 20 minutes after, sometimes a half an hour. But I want to thank you guys so much. This has been so relaxed and fun, and talking is exactly what I hoped for, and it's just great that that we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here, and we all have a way to share our music with other folks, and hopefully keep everyone smiling a bit.
Great to see you, Tom.
On 100.
Great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much. Hey, this has been the 100th
congrats.
Weekly episode of 3 songs for Prometheus. It's mostly original music with a bit of chat, cheer, and useful information, and sterling, intelligent, and talented guests at times as well. I want to thank them all for joining me.
You're a great host.
Marsha Low, Jon Burrowes, JulieAnn Ott, and Gene Galligan. And let's keep the whole thing going, and keep lighting the candle, and keep at the music. And thank you all for listening, and be safe, be well, be kind, and be positive. See you soon.